Gallant Super Falcons there. After the match against England, it was a tough one, but ladies, they fought hard. They couldn't qualify to the quarterfinals. Welcome here on the show, 360 Sport on Trust TV. I'm Adeni Ajishafe. Well, we're here to tell you those stories in the world of sports. We just saw the ladies talking there. Michelle Alozie, the fantastic, they call them a fantastic four right now for the fact that 4 out of that particular squad really were outstanding throughout the tournament. Likes of Michelle Alozie, Plumter, really doing the business of playing well for Nigeria. Right now, I have in the studio Olawale Peters. Let's talk about this particular game.
Yeah, good morning, Adeni. It's my pleasure to be here. Let me start by saying the ladies, they lost the match, but they won our hearts. They won our hearts, and they gave it all out. They did all what they could do. To be honest with you, I'm proud of them again, and again. They made Nigerians proud. And yesterday, I noticed that it's like everybody in the country, we came together as one. Irrespective of our religion, our tribe, or the economic hardship that is eating us very hard. Nobody thinks about that. We are all for the girls. We gave them the necessary support, the prayer and what have you. But it's a tough one, a tough match, and nobody expected them to take the match up to the extra time. Nobody thought they would play the way they played yesterday, and their match yesterday is more like laying emphasis on what I've been saying, that we have the girls that can do it, that can deliver. But we just don't have we don't have enough resources. Let me say resources in the sense that we lost that match because the coach, I'm still going to put it on him 100%. It's either some like it or not. Now, why do I say so? A coach that knows what he's doing will know that avoiding England at the round of 16 is a must for us, because the probability of us beating England, who are currently the European champion, who are currently fourth on the FIFA Women World Ranking, against Nigeria, whom we are 40, the odds is against us. We had opportunity of having 4 points before meeting Highland, and Highland, they've lost their 2 matches. They have nothing at stake, but we have something at stake. If you had played Denmark, I'm 100% sure we'll now be jubilating by now that the ladies, they have gotten to another quarterfinal. And getting to the quarterfinal this time around is different from the quarterfinal they got to in 1999. In 1999, there is no round of 16 because of the number of teams that played at the FIFA World Cup that time. They just introduced quarterfinal about 12 years ago so that they can expand more teams. So this would have been the first time that we're playing at these knockout stages on 2 consecutive occasions, but we lost it based on technical inability of the coach.
From what you are saying now, what I can deduce is that we should have done the business by making sure we avoid England in that group.
I said it over the show.
Because if we look at it now, Australia, they were able to defeat Denmark convincingly.
2-0, convincingly. If we have played against Denmark, I'm 100% sure we'll have won the match. Now, so let's take that out of it. What happened yesterday? A lot of people that probably they've never played football before, but they watch football, but they don't speak football, eat football like people like us. It's more difficult to win a 10-man team than 11-man team. It's very, very difficult. But at that time, what they need to do is everybody will bring out extra energy to fill in that vacuum of that one player that have been red carded. So it's like you have 10 people on the pitch against 11. So everybody will contribute like 11, 12, 15 to fill in the vacuum. So they'll be very, 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 very motivated that no, we don't want to lose the match. So that is a given. So what do you need to do as a coach? You have to bring in a striker or a midfielder. That's one of the 2 that you need to do. Bring in a midfielder that can create chances for the attackers, or bring in a pacey winger or striker that can cause trouble, that can run them down. The question is, do we have that on the bench? Capital yes. What is Monday gift?
Doing on the bench?
A gifted, energetic, athletic, hungry player like her, and we left her nothing. Why didn't you introduce her with her pace? She's going
hunger.
The hunger and everything that she has, she's going to disturb the bench. That was what Arteta did. If you watch the match against Manchester City, the Community Shield, they're on the ground. He has nothing to lose again. So he's threw in all his attackers and creative midfielders. Go in, let's see what will happen. There will be a blunder, there will be a mistake, there will be a rebound.
Something must happen
if the pressure is too much on you. And it paid off by them equalizing at the 9 minutes, and that made them to do what? To lose the match when it gets to the penalty. That is what I've been saying all this while. And I'm very happy today that Randy Wandrum, he has proven me right that he's not the right man. He doesn't have the technical ability to take Nigeria to where we want it. Sincerely, look at those girls. Look at the man marker that Alima, she did against James yesterday.
Alima Ayinde was really all around James.
Yeah, and that is what made us to really, really kill the tempo of the match. Because if you look at the three Lioness formation, they play more of 3-4-1-2. So when you're playing 3-4-1-2, you have a playmaker with that one that will be disturbing the defender, the midfielder, creating the passes. That was why James was able to score 3 goals and make 3 assists in our last 2 matches. So she's their playmaker. So what did Ayinde did? She made sure that she followed her as in close marking, no breathing space. She got frustrated. That was why that foul. So she did her job. She did her work. And look at all the other players. Even look at Oshola also. She came in with her experience. Look at Ajibade. Look at Plonta. Look at all of them on the pitch yesterday. What we need is a coach. But I'm not really surprised when we have a coach that when he was employed as our Super Falcon coach, he did not come with his own video match analysis. Among your technical crew, there's a technical staff that they call video match analysis. What he does, if you watch Premier League or all this European League, you see a coach. Now what he does is you'll be looking at the
to analyze all the clips of other teams.
What has been happening, because you as a coach at that time, you're not really thinking right. What you want to see is to see the ball inside the opponent net. So the match video analyst will be the one to look at what happened, what they are lacking, what they need to do. He didn't come with it. That was the first day I knew that this is not a coach. It was NFF, as bad as we think they are. They have to hire a video match analyst from their own pocket to pay so that we can have that.
Now, the question is this. Okay, the deed has been done now, but I still believe that both sides, Randy Wandrum might not be up to the standard of coach we want for Super Falcons. The NFF that employ him too, they are guilty. Because they knew, they saw his CV, they saw everything that, okay, this man, according to you, primary school, is it primary school? Okay, a college coach. But really, they saw it, they knew before they hired Rand. It's when I see Randy Wandrum draw from Pluto or Uranus, right? So they knew it, getting that man for us. And now, to some extent, to some Nigerians, they believe he has turned things around. Some Nigerians are not happy because I saw a particular post by a journalist and said it was a shambolic display by our coach, and it caused a fight between the 2 journalists. They were dragging themselves, and one was supporting Randy, while one was saying no. Why did Randy not put Gift Monday? Why did Randy not do this? Why did you remove Onumenu, who was really battling with the defense of England? But right now, there is nothing we can do about it. Sure. And okay, let's look at this. In that particular squad of Nigeria, we have 4 players that were really outstanding in this tournament. We have Tony Payne, Ashley Plumter, Michelle Alozie, and Chiamaka Unadozie. They are goalkeeper, who really, the English player were all about her yesterday. They really console her after that particular loss to their team. Look at these 4 players, outstanding players. Among the 4, only Unadozie has really been with the team for, looking at this World Cup. But look at Tony Payne, Plumter, Alozie, set of crop of players who really, if you want to look at it, Nigeria's abroad, but they've shone like million stars compared to our men. Some Nigerians are not happy that they are bringing Oyibos to our own men's team. But for the women, it seems these ladies justify why they have been picked.
I think I beg to differ that we are not happy that they are bringing the players abroad.
Yeah, I'm talking about the men.
No, not even the men. No, that's not the issue. The issue is if they come, they should be dedicated and committed like the ladies. So that's what we are talking about. If you know you want to play, do it and do it right. This is a very good selection. The 4 players have been outstanding, but I would like to add Ajibade also. Because if you watch from the beginning of the competition, she has done a marvelous work. I wish that Asisat Oshola, she's not on the feet. She's really on top of her game. The combination, the pairing between them, it's always very massive. And you see anytime she comes in, you see the connection, the communication between both of them. So 4 of them, they are very fantastic. I'm very happy that they came in with that dedication and that commitment that they want to give back to their father's land, and they did that. Sincerely, they've done a very good. The last time I felt the way I felt after the match yesterday was in 1994 when we lost to Italy. That's the last time I felt that way, and unfortunately, it happens to be a Monday morning. So but like I said, they lost the match, but they won our heart. We are going to be out there to welcome them back, give them the necessary motivation and support that they need to let them know that we are not disappointed in them at all. They've made us proud, they've made Nigerians proud, and we are proud of them too. We
are proud of them. Talking about our Super Falcons for what they did yesterday. It was a fantastic performance from our ladies, and that performance drew out a particular scenario that has to do with Lauren James. We're stamping over Michelle Alozie. Looking at that particular situation where what she did, I got her red carded. It was a lot of people were not expecting James to do it. In fact, the lady on the floor, she was like, the gesture shows, "What's this? What are you doing?"
Okay, I think I saw another twist to this yesterday, that they are showing pounds on top of naira.
My goodness, pounds is stamping on naira. What a way to be
so
creative.
I'm not really surprised, because if you have played football before, you know it is. There's nothing like you are going to be emotional resilience in football. Take it or leave it. Emotional intelligence doesn't really work when it comes to football, because you do some things that it is after you've done it. Look at what happened between Zidane and Materazzi also at the World Cup. I'm sure Zidane was frustrated. Emotions were flying right, right, left, and center. So don't judge that you can't do this, or you don't even know what. Before she kicked that ball, she doesn't have the intention of stamping her. Not at all. Probably she'll just look at it. Look at this girl. You have been disturbing me. I can't play. I can't move. What can I do? Please get out of there. So that is what I think really happened. And you can you can look at what she did. She just smiled at.
Well, it has happened.
It has happened. So I think it's a very good one.
A big one there between Lauren James and Michelle Alozie. Fantastic player for Nigeria. We're talking about that. A particular player who really not too happy for the fact that she couldn't convert her own sport kick. Talking about Oparanozie right now. She has apologized. Super Falcons forward, Oparanozie apologized for losing penalty there. Well, as it is, she wasn't happy for the fact that she was the first person to play for Nigeria and she lost out. So he apologized by our Instagram page.
Okay, I think she doesn't need to apologize, sincerely. I think the coach should apologize on our behalf or on the team's behalf. What do I mean? It's not that I have anything personal against the coach, but the truth must be told, because those of us that understand the game of football or sport, we know what is expected of you to do. Now, Aparaze, has she played any match since the beginning of this competition?
No.
No. She even came in about 6 minutes to the end of the match. So she has not really getting herself emotionally. In fact, we should applaud her for having the courage
to come out first.
To take the kick. Because if someone else has come out to take the kick, she wouldn't have done that. You get to a situation, if you watch Kano Wanko, I can't recall the match vividly, that everybody was like, Mikel Obi. So everybody was running away from taking...
Yeah, before he actually took it upon himself.
So she took it up upon himself and played the penalty. So it's all about self-defense and self-confidence. So that is the truth. So I don't think she really needs to apologize. She has done nothing wrong. She didn't kick the ball over the bar because she wants to do it. She has been with the team for a very long time. She has been doing what she knows how to do best. So I think she did very well. She didn't allow that one to down her morale because we still need her. Last week when I was having a conversation on the show with Emmanuel, and the issue of penalty being luck came up, and I said no. I totally disagree that penalty is a game of luck. It's a game of practice. And did we practice?
That's the question. Because someone raised this, that did we really practice for, if we're going to play extra time and then it gets to penalty shootout, are we ready? Did we prepare for it? Because it was obvious yesterday that really most of our players are not too good as a penalty taker. It's
because we didn't prepare for it. And that was my point last week, that penalty is not a game of luck or chance. It's a game of preparation. And the Three Lioness, they prepared for it. As a coach, once you are getting to a knockout stage, you look at all the possibility
of winning.
And that includes, if you go to extra time, who are the players that are very pacey that can bring in? Because as at that time, everybody will be tired. So you need someone to run them from the flank, preferably from the flank, not from the midfield, that the person will be choked, but from the flank that can run them 100 meters, 200 meters, like 2 or 3 times, and they'll be tired. That's number one. Then number two is to look at the penalty taker. You have to have your 5 best penalty taker, and the best player should be the one to take the first penalty. Your best player should be the one to take the best penalty, not to take the last. Because if the first didn't do the right thing, the last will not even get there to take that penalty.
The confidence won't
be
there
anymore. That yesterday, I expected our best penalty taker to go out there, not to tell, excuse me, not to tell the person that you are the one taking the penalty. Based on the training, on the practice, you know if you are playing penalty, you are the first taker, you are the second taker, you are the third taker, you are the fourth taker, and you are the last taker. That wasn't done yesterday. Now tell me, who am I going to blame? Who is the captain of their ship? Who is leading the team? Is it not Randy Wardrum? And you are telling me it's not a Bakuredi coach? He's a Bakuredi coach.
We've been talking concerning that game there, just looking at the penalties and issues that have to do with that team performance yesterday. Fantastic performance from them. Even though a lot of Nigerians were so happy. We lost out, but Nigerians are proud of gallant Super Falcons. They really did well. They shocked England. England never, ever believed that we could hold them up to the extra time before the penalty shootout. Even their coach, Wigman, confessing that really they were surprised for the fact that Super Falcons came out after them and they really nearly dumped them out of the tournament. Now, let's talk about the coach of the team, Randy Wardrum, what he said before we look at the topic that he wants to continue with the Super Falcons. But let's listen to Randy Wardrum over there in Australia.
We can be and probably should be one of the top teams in the world. You know, I certainly hope that FIFA ranking goes from 40 to a better number than that. But more importantly, I think we've just shown that we're capable of playing with anybody. And I think with, I think what you saw a little bit today maybe was England having a little bit more experience in playing these kind of matches and being able to handle playing a man down and managing the game in the ways that, you have to learn how to manage those matches. And I think maybe we saw a little bit of experience, with that today, and maybe that's where we fell just a little bit short. And again, hats off to Serena and the job she's done. They're such a good team. I don't know what they thought we would do, but we anticipated that they thought we would sit back like we did the first 2 or 3 matches. And I thought we really pressed them well. I thought we took James. Holly Matu was fantastic against James. I thought we took her out of the match, made her a non-factor. I thought our midfield pressed onto their midfield and limited their ability. I don't think we allowed them to ever get into the rhythm that we saw them have against China. So I thought the tactics were spot on. I thought the performance was good, and with a little bit of luck, a bounce here, I think we could have walked away with the result in the 90 minutes.
Randy Wardrum there talking about the team performance after that game. But right now he says, I want to continue with Super Falcons after that particular outside from the World Cup. The coach now says, well, he wants to continue with Super Falcons, and Nigerians are, well, from the way it is, his contract will be ending so soon. And the man is saying, well, he doesn't know if anything wants to continue, but for him, he wants to continue with Super Falcons, and at least we'll be fighting for Olympics and the next World Cup.
Okay. excuse me, on behalf of those who don't believe in him, we wish him all the best.
Okay.
Bye-bye to Nigeria. If he wants to come back again, I think there should be a process that needs to be open and transparent. That's the truth. We should try and exploit the avenue that we don't have a local coach that can take us first. And how do you do that? The best record of the Super Falcon still remains the 1999. And who was our coach? Late Ismaila Mabo, local coach. It took us there, and we won something. Late Stephen Keshi, it took us to the Nations Cup. 2013, we won it also. So what are we talking about? Is it that you don't have a local coach that can do it for us?
Maybe that local coach should be changed to indigenous coach.
Okay,
that local always make it sound
okay,
like...
okay, so that it won't sound local.
Good.
Yes, I agree with you, indigenous coach. Made the Nigerian coach better.
Yes.
So let's have them, we have them. Let the process be transparent. That is what we are talking about. Randy Wandrum also, let's give it to him. He has been doing his work, but he has not been paid for it. That's been the issue between him and the NFF. That's the truth. So I think, as far as I'm concerned, we should have a process that is transparent and that is open, that people can apply and will see and have the confidence. Maybe it is high time, we as Nigerians, we should demand accountability from NFF when it comes to giving us a coach.
Employing all these coaches.
I think it is high time that we have to do that. Look at some clubs, what they do. If you want to bring in a coach that you don't like because of the past record, they're going to let them know that, no.
The fans will reject.
We don't, but unfortunately from the 48th ministerial nominee presented by His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, I didn't see any one of them that would take the sports in Nigeria, I'm not talking about football this time around, the sports in Nigeria to the next level. I've gone through all their CVs. I've never seen any one of them that have done anything about sports. So what is the current administration agenda on sports in Nigeria?
And really, sports unites us a lot. It brings some... if you look at that match yesterday when Falcons were playing, and across, despite the fact that it was a Monday, you could see that unity, that oneness across Nigeria, regardless of religion, regardless of tribe or wherever you come from, everyone became a Nigerian, totally forgetting about party or issues on ground economic-wise. Everybody was like, Falcons, go there. Look at when the Tigers won that Afro basket.
Yes.
The whole Nigeria, everybody turned to a basketballer. But that's what sports can do. It unites all of us. It's a universal language. So we need to get that round peg, the round hole person who will develop our sport, coming from Olawale Peters.
I totally agree with you. We need to get it. And maybe this is high time also. We should have a change in nomenclature. We'll be having men as the sport minister.
Maybe a woman should come in.
A woman.
After all, the women are doing more.
They are doing more.
Better.
They are better than the men. Maybe this is high time we should have a woman to be the sports minister.
Let's give it a try. Next athlete or something.
Let's give it a trial. We had a lot of people. We have a lot of people in this country that they can do that. And there's no constitutional provision that says no, a woman cannot be a sports minister. They can. Let's try this time around, because the men, unfortunately, we are part of them who fail the country in terms of sports.
I'm supporting women. No? I'm supporting women. We've been talking about Super Falcons' performance against England. A fantastic performance from them, even though they were booted out by via penalty shootout. They fought hard against the Lionesses, and really, they couldn't believe their eyes with what happened yesterday. The whole world, Nigerians, are proud of them, and we are really hoping they will arrive safely. Now, let's quickly take two stories in the world of transfer as we talk about Nantes. Nantes is a French team in France, and right now Nantes set to complete Boavista defender Chidozia Waziem. They want him to join them, and he will be joining another Nigerian, Moses Simon. Simon plays for Nantes, and now they want Waziem to join them. A good one.
Well, yeah, and I think a good one for Waziem, and it's going back to a familiar terrain. He was on loan in 2017 from FC Porto to Net, which he spent 1 year before he moved. He moved back also. So I think it's a very good one for him. It will enable him to get himself back in shape, and then I think it's a good one for Super Eagles also, so that we'll have our players playing active football. The fact that you're not playing in Division 1 doesn't mean you're not a good footballer. Probably you're just unlucky to get the attention of the big clubs to come for you. So I think you can start from there.
Let's see where it goes for Dashidozia Wadiem there. Quickly, let's talk about this man. Really, he wants to play Champions League football. He wants a team that plays in Europe. But right now, the team that is coming from West Ham United with Manchester United, they are in agreement of £13 million as it is. United in contact over Harry Maguire deal in the £13 million bid, although he wants to play in Europe.
Yeah, Maguire said he even preferred to stay and fight for a place in Manchester United, but it's like the old Manchester United. They can't
want
wait
him anymore.
They can't wait to let go of him. I think West Ham is a good place for him to rediscover himself, looking at the relationship between West Ham and Manchester United in terms of transfer market of doing business. And I think Man United, they should count themselves very lucky that a club
like West
Ham is coming for Harry Maguire
30
million pounds. This is a player for what he has done in the past 2 seasons. If a club is coming for him at the rate of £10 million, they should let him go. This is a defender that conceded 7 home goals last season. Talk to David De Gea. He will tell you what he went or what he experienced in the hands of Harry Maguire. So as far as I'm concerned, I think they shouldn't just be too selfish that they are looking for. No, it's all about negotiation. They want to hype it, but I think £30 million is a very good deal for Harry Maguire. And mind you, he's not that a bad defender. If you watch his game in Man United and in England, they are 2 different things. He plays for England steadily, and he doesn't commit the error that he's committing when he plays for England. So I think it's just about a coach to know how best to use him. And who to pair with him also matters a lot. What he needs right now is the confidence to rebuild himself. Being an English player, they will do everything possible to make sure that he stays as one of the best.
Well, from the way it is right now, Maguire might just be going to West Ham if everything goes well between Manchester United and West Ham United. For Maguire, who is a defender but turned into an attacker through the course of own goals, it's a tough one there. We've been talking with Olawale Peters. We want to appreciate your time on the show.
Thank you so much, Adeni, for having me. And congrats for Arsenal. At least you won a tray.
Of course, at least I'm happy for the fact that you even remember to congratulate the Gunners. At least it's far better than Chelsea, who are yet to get something.
Yes, having a tray to eat rice is very good.
At least 1-0, right? I got this one. Good to go on the show. We just have to run it now. Olawale has been with us. I'm Adeni Ajishafe. Thanks for watching.